Wait, so let me get this right. You'll let all these outside influences influence you, and you'll listen to them, and you'll take their advice, and you'll do what they say, but yet you won't listen to your person, you won't listen to your man, you won't listen to your spouse? Go get the fuck.
There's two types of people in this world. There's those who are mentally tough and those who are not. And the ones who are mentally tough, they have the mindset that if shit gets tough, if this gets hard, and I know it will get hard, I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit no matter what, because I'm gonna keep pushing, I'm gonna keep fighting, and if I get knocked down, I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna keep swinging. I'm staying in the fight until I finish the fight. Now, they may not come in first, they may not come in second, but they're going to finish. And the reason that is because they have something to prove to themselves. They have to prove that they can do this, that they can accomplish this, and they're not gonna let themselves down. And they also don't allow fear to stop them from taking action. Those who are not mentally tough, on the other hand, at the first sign of toughness, at the first sign of something getting hard, they quit because they're uncomfortable. They don't like being uncomfortable. They'd rather crawl back into their little comfort zone or their box and stay there where it's nice and warm and nice and cozy. Which one are you? See, it doesn't matter if you're mentally tough now or not. If you're not mentally tough, you can become mentally tough. There are things that you can do, small daily disciplines that can help instill that confidence in you. And you can adopt that mindset of, I'm never gonna give up. I'm never gonna let myself down again. It's just a switch. You just gotta flip that switch.
Laptop, and I was like, all right, well, let's start with something small. A toothbrush could be anything. A toothbrush, pair of underwear, like a sock.
Yeah, I think when you get condescending, it becomes controlling because you're literally controlling the conversation. You're shutting it down immediately. He gets no opinion. He gets no say. And it's very American women.
Patrick just said all of the American women in here.
I tell you why dating doesn't exist anymore, why there's no loyalty anymore, because girls have too many options. They think the grass is greener on the other side. You could be the best guy in the world. Guys, look, I am the most the most loyal, genuine gentleman ever. Like, whatever my girl wants, I will get for her, but it doesn't matter. It's never enough. It's an insatiable appetite nowadays because they always want the next best thing, or so they think there is the next best thing. It doesn't matter if you make $1 million, they're going to want a guy that makes $2 million. And it's never going to end. Some of these girls, they want to go out every weekend. They have to have the next best thing. I know girls that literally pick up extra shifts to buy expensive shoes so they can wear them for one fucking weekend. It's stupid. You don't want that, dude. So I'm not saying to give up on dating altogether, but just know, like, expectations need to be lowered. If you don't have expectations, you will be far less disappointed in your life. Just work on you, focus on your money, and when the time is right, they will come. If you're a high-level man, you're a provider, you're independent, you're confident, you don't need to deal with this bullshit. Just wait, right? Solo dolo, and the right one will come when the time is ready. It's not right now.
What are your thoughts about Cheyenne as a woman? He means Cheyenne Reynolds from the show Grilling.
The one clip that stood out for me is when she was talking about, because she's successful, she has a podcast and she probably has a bit of money. Well, I'm a high value woman trying to compare herself to Andrew, who was saying he was a high value man. What I would say is I don't think she has an understanding of what a high value woman is. A high value woman is a really, really beautiful, well-spoken 21-year-old virgin who's never been on the arm of another man and is exclusively
Finally!
yours. Yeah. And I'm not saying that all women should be that. I'm not saying I would only date a woman who was that. I was saying that is the definition of a high value woman, because men need to build themselves up, whereas women just need to maintain what they already are. So, this woman's sitting in the face of someone as smart as my brother, talking about having a high body count, not being that particularly attractive, and because she's, I guess, successful on YouTube, saying she's a high value woman, that clip stood out to me, and I thought, this woman has no idea what men want. I don't want a woman who's 36 and, 7 out of 10 with a body count of 100 because she has a YouTube channel. I'm not interested in that. And I'm sure you will find somebody who is interested in that, and good luck to you.
And this is advice to men in particular in marriage, and that is to stop bitching. We've lost the sense of stoicism in men completely in marriages. And so now, because we encourage men to, be very open about your emotions, and what that ends up happening is that you just dump all of this stuff onto your wife all the time, everything that you're worrying about, everything you're thinking about. And the idea that a man would just shoulder something in silence is it's considered, offensive. No, you have to be open about your feelings.
crazy because I really don't like men that are good for me. But as soon as you bring a little, oh, I'm going to ignore you, I'm going to give you a little trauma, I'm going to give you a little sprinkle of I'm here and then I'm not, I'm in love with you. And that's so backwards.
Okay, first of all, this young lady is talking about men that she's actually interested in. If you're a man that she's not attracted to, it wouldn't matter if you treat her the way that she said in the video. And this is the problem with today's modern women. They don't realize that majority of them are going for the same men, which is why they do not appreciate men that are good for them, because they're not attracted. If you are the man she desires, you can get away with far more. However, if you are a man she's not interested in, you have to do far more. See the difference? The more attracted she is to you, the less you have to do. The less attracted she is to you, the more you have to do. Which is why she gravitates to the trauma, to guys that are not there for her, because those are the men she actually wants.
Not with them, so is there any accountability to the
They're
men
a single mom
that left
because
that
their
family?
opinion is more important than being with the person that they had kids with.
What do you mean by that?
Just think about how many women grow up the kids grow up just with their mom. Like if you really think about the statistics with that, something is really wrong. And when you think about what's wrong, why isn't the man in the house? The government is part of it because they give the women tools against the man, but don't give the man tools against the women. So it's like we're being assisted by the government to split the families.
That's
So although Kevin Samuels and Andrew Tate did irreparable damage in male communities, I think I'm starting to see the silver lining of them having had platforms that became so popular. Because although their intention was to normalize the hatred of women, what they unintentionally did was mark themselves as a definitive red flag when it comes to weeding out abusive men.
In a weird way, I kind of agree with her. It's a red flag for us too, because if you watched Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels content and walked away from it thinking that they're misogynists, then I know you're not that bright. See, men like Andrew Tate, Kevin Samuels, and Jordan Peterson found a way to properly articulate a man's purpose to a generation of young men who have grown up with no masculine presence in their home whatsoever. And this is making a lot of women upset, because women do not like to operate in the logical black or white area of life. They like the gray area because it generates chaos and it gives women the power of plausible deniability. This is why you can't make a single logical argument without them saying things like not all, can't speak for everybody, and it's possible, just manifest it. So when a man comes along and he wants to take control of his life like Kevin Samuels and Andrew Tate preach to you, women like try to tear it down by accusing you of hating women and just being misogynistic in general. So gentlemen, avoid women like this at all costs.
Is it a deal breaker if a man asks you out on a first date but then expects to split the bill with you?
Yeah, I'm a princess, so.
You're a what?
I'm a princess, so no, I don't have to pay. I don't need to pay. But yeah, no, it's a deal breaker, not paying.
No second date?
No second date, absolutely not.
Is someone gonna tell her? I'm just gonna move on from that because you all know what I'm thinking. You all know. I know you know. I know I don't have to say it, and I'm not gonna say it. Don't make me say it. I'm not gonna say it.
The greatest problem that we're seeing with the whole Tate situation is an algorithmic problem. What I'm noticing is that men and women are literally seeing different Tates because of what the algorithm is pushing to them. Like, for example, when I see Andrew Tate, I see stuff about the importance of being a strong man so that you can protect others and uphold others around you. Girls I see are seeing a completely different Tate than I am. So that's creating a huge rift in between people's opinion on this one person who's a multifaceted individual, but each side is only being fed because that's what the algorithm is designed to do.
1 out of 3 men under 30 are virgins or haven't had sex in the last year. Most women are sexually active. Women are more nasty than men by and large. It's because women only select a very small percentage of men. On dating apps, we only swipe right 5% of the time. So the reason you think men are trash is because you're all sleeping with the same ones.
And what am I?
You alright, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm gonna tell you why dating is a scam. When you're nonchalant, you lose. When you're too loving, you lose. When you act like how you genuinely are, you still lose. And I don't take it personal anymore because a lot of you women don't know what the fuck y'all want. And that's okay. Dated this one woman, she would go out her way to pay for everything. She'd be like, oh, food and drinks on me. Leave your wallet at home. I got you, baby. I spoil my men. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm letting her rock, do her thing. The first argument she has, she's like, how come you never go out your way to spoil me and buy me stuff? And I'm like, dude, you never let me. You always told me to leave my shit home. So I was like, whatever, next woman. Next time around, I come across a woman, I love the shit out of her. I spoil her. I get the flowers. I do the above and beyond. She tells me she feels overstimulated and she doesn't like it. So I'm like, all right, we lose when we don't give a shit. We lose when we do give a shit. Like, what the fuck do y'all want? So I don't take it personal anymore. I'm just done dating.
Anybody who slept with a bunch of women would tell you that it's not fun. So far,
I think as little boys, and including myself when I was little, it's like you go out here and the way men go back and forth is like, man, you ain't doing nothing. You got like one or two. You're not out here. So as you get older, you have the mindset of, man, I got to go crazy. Like, I got to have this high count. And you think that makes you more of a man. Or you even get hurt as a little boy by a girl. So now you just mad at all the women. But you're like, man, I'm about to just go crazy and do whatever I want and be reckless. But then even when you do that, you never really heal. So you still feel empty inside. And then you make all these connections because you just running it up. And you're like, man, can I even care anymore? But then you have that one moment with somebody you actually care about and you become intimate. It's like two people become one, and it's a feeling that cannot be compared to anything, right? So then now your mindset is like, what am I doing? Like sometimes as you get older, you be like, man, I'm not even about to do that because I know I'm not gonna care. So then you start to be like, man, if I can have one girl hold me down, I'm gonna hold her down. Now that makes you a man.
Did you continue to cheat?
It took me a while, but yeah, I did.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you deserve to be by yourself.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Okay, let me explain why. First off, I say this often. If you cheat and make a mistake, and it's never gonna happen again, don't tell me. Don't do me the favor of unburdening your fucking conscience. You carry that burden. Don't you unburden yourself at my expense. Carry that motherfucking noose around your neck until you die. Wow. That's your cross to carry. Do not, no. Because I don't want to have to know that. Because then I have to do something about it. If you do it and it's never going to happen again, you suffer.
You said no. What are you doing? You think I'm not doing that today, huh? You said no.
Brother, if you had have just gone for it head first and didn't back out, you would have had your answer regardless within 5 seconds. Now I feel like he's in this weird moment of like, should I do it again or should I not? She might have been just caught off guard and just got surprised by it, but now you don't know. But all I'm going to say is that push was very personal. He was fuming. I'd get out of there now.
Women wait to have this talk. Hey, we need to have a talk. Once you know we need to have a talk, then you know there's something wrong with you. If he initiates and says, you don't know how to cook, your feet looking raggedy, whatever these criticisms are, then immediately is going to be turned back into you. So thus, the point of communicating and to try to get her to work on whatever she's deficient at ends up being criticisms about you, and she doesn't take what you're saying to heart. Is that why men don't communicate?